a phone, let me see the light for Africa. If you have an handkerchief, let me see some. Everybody wave. Wave up in the air, ladies. Oh, all man and all the women them today. Frida, hey. Ayum so mi do ka janja mi do. I'm dwala ko dale kuluna de. Ayum so mi do ka janja. I'm dwala ko dale kuluna de. Ulila ka ayum so mi do ka janja. Ayum today. Rama salute. Let me reintroduce myself to you. Right? I am this bad man from Africa. Everything when me I do is all Africa. And I'm straight up made in Africa. So no better know I'm born in I am this bad man from Africa. Everything when me I do Alright, pull up. Set it. Level. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be here tonight. A big blessing, ladies and gentlemen. When I was watching Queen Africa performing, I was so inspired. When she said we are more than just musicians. You see, back in Uganda, I've been one of the most successful artists, the richest artist. And having come from the ghetto, I used to believe that that is the top of accomplishment. Because at the age of 20, I did not have where to sleep, but at the age of 22, I was owning a resort beach and the most expensive Escalade and everything. But as a youth, I used to think that that is all that I need to acquire until I looked behind me and saw all the childhood friends languishing in poverty, which they are not supposed to be experiencing. Ladies and gentlemen, I represent for Africa, a new Africa with a new imagination. And that is why I thought that it's important to use my music for more than just entertainment, but to use it for edutainment. You know me, Jamaica? So right now, I come from Uganda, the most beautiful part of Africa. That's why Winston Churchill named it the Pearl of Africa. It is the source of the great river Nile. And yes, we have the biggest freshwater lake in the world. When you're driving a boat on that lake, it's like you're driving a boat on drinking water. Very beautiful people, very enterprising people. But still Uganda is home to 40 million people living under oppression and domination and living under dictatorship. Ladies and gentlemen, you know that music played a big role to end slavery. And yes, in Africa, before I was born, music played a big role to end colonialism. And in South Africa, when the black people were being oppressed under the system of segregation called apartheid, music by great African artists played a big role to open the eyes of the people and to fight without violence, without shedding blood against that injustice. Ladies and gentlemen, it's sad music that we think is important to play an important role to end dictatorship. Because when injustice continues and is being put on you by your own brother, it is colonialism in a black skin. So we are using music, ladies and gentlemen, as inspired by the great reggae warriors from Jamaica, like Tony Rebel, like Queen Africa, like Anthony B, like Buju Banton, the original Gargamel, like Capitan, and all the reggae warriors. And my generation has been inspired to use music to put an end to that injustice. Today, as we speak, my music has been banned in Uganda. Today, as we speak, all my concerts have been abolished by the government. Today, as we speak, I'm not even allowed to attend a public gathering because the government thinks what I'm speaking is poisonous to the mentally enslaved African youth. Today, for me to speak musically to the masses in Uganda, I have to come and travel for 36 hours to Jamaica to make my point clear.
Yeah!
But I'm glad.
Yes, I am!
I'm glad. I'm very happy that we're living in a generation where there are no boundaries no more, where I can speak to my brother and sister across the world on their phone. We can fight without shedding blood. We can open the people's eyes. We can open their minds to continue the mission of the founders, like Marcus Garvey said, liberate the minds of men and ultimately you liberate the bodies of men. Yeah, man. And like Steve Biko said, that the most important weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. So we continue to use this music to open the minds of the people. While I thank the legends and the warriors from Jamaica that have opened my eyes and eyes of hundreds of thousands of musicians and poets and artists from Africa, please don't stop. Please keep your eyes on Africa. When I got arrested and the government planted 2 machine guns, and the government of Uganda claimed that in my hotel room they found 2 machine guns, it is because of the pressure that came from the people. Morgan Heritage just needed to tweet, and then the injustice was put in a corner and I was freed. Today I'm standing before you speaking. So we shall continue to use the music to liberate the people of Africa and ultimately big up to the for the